Hello and welcome to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and spiritual life coach who assists women really in living and being able to manifest an exquisite life for them. One that's filled with contentment, fulfillment, joy, abundance, and all the attributes of Source. So if that interests you, then stick around, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you get all of our new posts. All right, let's dive into today's topic, which is all about self-love. How do you cultivate it? There are some very specific ways, and Lord knows this was a big journey for me, and this is a big journey for women no matter what age you are. I really have the solution, the three-step solution, and this is it. It's like a holistic circle of three areas that you really want to look at. Today, I'm going to look at one of them. Are you ready? Let's get started. So to begin with, why do we want to cultivate self-love? Look at all the ripple effects of when we love ourselves, like truly love ourselves. We don't compare ourselves to anybody. Therefore, when we don't compare ourselves to anybody, what happens? We get on with living life and enjoying it and not thinking about where someone else is, what they're doing, how successful they are, the clothes they're wearing. No, we don't compare ourselves. We get on busy with making this life of ours the best it can possibly be. The other one is that you literally feel inner peace inside. You feel expansive inside, like let me just express myself to the world. That confidence and that non-comparing and that peacefulness, that empowerment is something that just will get you so far in life. And again, I say, I don't care what age you are. I know 70-year-olds who are still comparing themselves to others and are thinking that they're still not good enough. They're still not worthy enough. One of the things that will stop you from having the body you want, from attracting the partner you desire, from having the kind of job or the career or the business that you desire is worthiness. So self-love is super important. Now, the first two ways that I'm not going to go into, but one of them that I've talked extremely about on this channel, so you could basically watch any video and you would get the answer to this. But the first one is know what you are. Not who you are, but what you are. The who is the physical being. The what is that divine energy. You are divine consciousness, just here in a physical form. If you come back to walking around as a divine energetic being, you are literally halfway there. So I'm not going to go further into that. Let's go into the second one, which is all about know and celebrate the unique person, human being that you were created to be. You know, you want to get to the point where you know yourself so well, and I have a process that I take my one-on-one clients through. When you get to know yourself on such an intricate level, you start appreciating and falling in love with yourself. And you give gratitude for the divine creating you the way that the divine energy did. And then what you get within you is this utter excitement to just take it and express it to the world in every way. Not to show off, not to prove, not to achieve, just because it flippin' makes you so excited. And I can honestly say that I have that within myself. There is such a self-love for the woman, the physical woman that I was created to be, that it is just an excitement every day, actually, to be me. And that's what I want for you. But that's not what this video is about. This video is truly about something that I really haven't spoken about on this channel or anywhere. It is something that really clicked off for me a long time ago when I read the book by Brené Brown. She came up with a phrase called braving, the way to cultivate self-trust. Now, this really inspired me to think, why is it that I have such a self-love for myself? And the word self-trust was the little puzzle piece that I needed to hear to connect. That's why I have the self-love. I changed it slightly to fit the elegant lifestyle. So I thank Brené Brown for the inspiration, but I have created my own version for those of you that follow and resonate the elegant lifestyle. Get ready, because the acronym I'm using is be safe. This is something that I have found within my own life experience, as well as with my clients, that women don't feel safe because of certain reasons. But if you cultivate these certain reasons, you feel safe to express yourself, to be yourself, to just do whatever it is that your soul is rumbling up and telling you, do this, do this, do this. You feel safe. You feel safe to be vulnerable so that you attract that beautiful client. You feel safe to have the body you want because you don't feel scared anymore that you're going to get that unwanted attention. How many people watching me have had the experience of sexual abuse or some kind of abuse? A lot of women. I'd say 95% of the women watching me, following me, that are my private clients have all had that. So be safe was something that I felt resonated even more with my audience. So let's go through this and let me teach you how to cultivate self-love, cultivate self-trust by using these things that have to do with you feeling safe. Ready? Let's start with the B. B stands for setting boundaries. I have to say that this was the one that for me took the longest to learn, and I am still practicing this today. And the only time I get upset with myself, but then I tell myself I love myself, is when I recognize right away when I have not set a boundary for myself. This could be anything from my daughter coming in and asking me to do something when I'm already doing something. And I'll feel this anger inside, like, why is she coming in and asking me to do something when she can really see that I'm doing something? And it brings up anger. Or if I give in and I do it, and then I feel resentful that I had to do it, and it's like, no, you didn't have to do it. You just didn't set the boundary. The other thing is in partnerships. Okay, setting boundaries within partnerships. How do you want them to communicate with you? You know, do they come home at 8 o'clock and say, oh, well, I just had to stay home. I just had to stay late at work, or I just went out for a drink with the guys, but they never communicated with you. So you sat home and dinner, you know, got cold and you ate alone. You teach people how to treat you. And that is what boundaries is all about. You know, with girlfriends, that we're talking a lot about relationships, girlfriends, do you allow them to cancel on you on the last minute? Do you allow them to sit at the dinner table when you're trying to eat and constantly be on their iPhone? Do you allow? And this sounds very, in some ways, selfish. But you have to know what is okay with you and what's not okay with you. And the thing that this does is build this bit of self-love and self-respect. And when you have this, you feel so full and in love with yourself that the empowered vibration of you is on fire. And it doesn't mean being aggressive. It simply means being clear. Be clear. I say this a lot to my clients who are dealing with issues within their marriage. They cannot know what you need unless you tell them what you need. They won't know. They'll just feel this feeling from you that's upset or depressed or angry. And they won't know why, but because you haven't told them. So B is boundaries. The next letter is S, and S stands for speech. These are the kind of words that you speak out loud and that you speak internally to yourself. The only way you can build self-love is if you are speaking words of love inside and outside. And saying, I'm so tired all the time is not an act of love. It's actually saying something that you don't want. So you want to constantly retrain the neural pathways in your brain to say things that you want, that is going to be a match to that image, that woman that in your head you say you want. You see it, you desire it, and when you desire something that's coming from the most divine part of you, so you desire it from your divine essence to be that woman. So you're going to speak things that match that. The stuff that's criticizing, change it the minute. If you say, I can't do that, you want to go, oop, I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing not to is very, very different. I'm choosing not to. I love you. You mess up and you say, I love you, Erin. I love you, Erin. Obviously your own name, but you say these words to yourself. The next letter is A. A stands for accountability. Accountability means that you take responsibility for the reality that you're living right now. When we take responsibility, it's not shame. We don't go there in the elegant lifestyle. It's, I see it. I recognize it. This is a pattern in my life, and I'm taking accountability for it, and I'm going to make a change. The only time our reality changes is when we stop blaming other people and saying, well, she didn't do, or he didn't do, or the universe didn't. That was my big thing. The universe is not giving it to me. We have to take accountability that we are creating our own realities. It's just the laws of how things work. So if things are going in chaos and you can see that there's a repeating pattern, it's up to you to become accountable and say, what am I going to do? What would be the solution to me changing that pattern? What would the solution be? And you can come up with it. Come up with the solution and then be accountable to yourself for it. I'm telling you, that will really build this muscle. The next letter is F. F stands for follow through. So if you say you're going to do something, then you need to follow through and do it. And that again builds that muscle. All right? This is for, again, we say you have this vision that is the woman you desire to be, the life that you desire to be living, the things you desire to be enjoying and experiencing here. This is the vision. But the only reason you're not there yet is because you have to become that. And through your follow through, that's how you become that. If you say, what kind of things would that woman be doing or experiencing, or who would she be? How would she dress? How would she live? What would her house look like? These kind of things. What kind of hobbies would she have? What kind of things would she be speaking about and conversing about? Come up with those things and then follow through so that you come and are a match to that. And when you do, when you follow through, it's like another little bit of self-love, another little bit of self-trust. And the more and more you get, those doubts go away just naturally. They go away by themselves. So We've got B for boundaries, S for speech, A for accountability, F for follow through, and the last one, E, is elegance. Now, why do I have the word elegant here? Because a woman who acts elegantly is not someone who's going to be going out to dinner and gossiping about other people. An elegant woman does not need to put someone else down so that they can feel better. An elegant woman will hold herself differently. She'll walk differently. Whenever you speak ill or negatively about someone else, it could be just someone's outfit, even a movie star in a magazine, and you say, what was she thinking? That puts a little thing in your brain that, oh, people judge, people judge, people are judging you. And then that self-trust, that self-love goes away. So every time you hear someone maybe speaking gossip about someone or you know, these negative things, remember, I choose to act with elegance. I choose to speak with elegance. I choose to walk with elegance. I choose to interact with people with elegance. And it's not always easy. Look, I'm not talking perfection. I don't do this all the time. But it's something in the back of my mind always. Be safe. And if something comes up in my life, I will check back to this and I'll say, okay, does this have anything to do with me needing to set boundaries? No. Does this have anything to do with me speaking in a way about myself or out to others? Am I in tune with that woman that I desire to be? No, I've been saying those kind of things, you know, whatever. Okay, that's where I need to check. Anything else? Accountability, anything? Follow through, anything? Be honest. Yep. I've been doing this too much and not focusing on that, and that is what would rise me up to be that match. Okay. And then the last one, E, have I been acting with elegance? Have I been doing things with elegance? Speaking, walking, dressing, interacting with elegance. And I really tell you, if you focus on these things, you will be safe. And with you feeling safe, you will feel self-love and self-trust. And with this, you will never compare yourself. You will never compete. You will never try to think of other people's lives. You'll be so focused on elevating yourself up to be that and loving yourself in the process that life is going to be completely different for you. So I hope this acronym of Be Safe really, really serves you. Let me know in the comments. Did you like this? Do you think you can really see this working for you? Is there one area that you know you really need to work on? Do you have a question about one of them? Really, let's start a conversation about this. And I'd love to answer you. I will read them all the comments. All right? On that note, make it an elegant week, and we will see you next time.